ABC2's Sean Martinelli recently asked a group of strangers to meet him for lunch.
And as you'll see in tonight's Story to Share, it turned out to be one memorable meal.
In this Fort Myers restaurant, we invited 22 people to an event they know nothing about. Among the attendees, a food truck operator.
Sean contacted us.
A pastor and his family.
Sean Martinelli reached out.
A tree trimmer.
It's super nervous, absolutely, yeah.
A realtor.
We got a call, and then I just spoke to him briefly, and then he sent an email and said, would you like to join us? And
different people all here for the same reason. It's what they did on September 28th.
We're not seeing so much wind damage is what we're seeing is just this water.
And this was, in fact, the perfect storm.
This has an Armageddon-type feel to it, folks.
As Ian made landfall in southwest Florida, those in this room ran toward danger. Kevin Ah and his kids went on their boat and saved 16 people. The Wickard family saved 30 more. Sammy Sosa and Scott Sofer were responsible for at least a dozen lives. Whitney Murphy and her two boys rescued a 91-year-old neighbor. Yeah. Kara Minardi Power and her husband saved a couple fleeing their flooded home. Which brings us to why they're here. All of you in this room are heroes. When Hurricane Ian made landfall in southwest Florida, you put your lives in danger to save your fellow man, and I think that's pretty commendable. So thank you for doing that. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we have a few people here who wanted to say thanks as well, and we're going to bring them in now. Entering the room are 15 of the more than 60 souls saved by those who are seated.
My name is Mary Ann Deneen.
I'm here on behalf of my dad, Jack.
And my name is Amy Gonzalez. I'm speaking on behalf of my family.
I'm Anthony Millar, my wife Christy, my son Bryce. And we felt we had quite a few plans in place, and very quickly everything went out the window.
Anthony soon found himself stuck with his family and neighbor Sam.
And we stayed in the water for about 3.5 hours to our angel kid. And,
that angel then made another rescue.
Kevin said, I will not leave you. I will get to you. And lo and behold, Kevin and the kids showed up and saved us.
Bravery like that happened from Fort Myers to Naples.
The desperation that was overwhelming us as the water kept flooding in kept us paralyzed in fear. And that's when we saw strangers, who we now call our heroes, coming through the neck-deep water with a kayak looking to help. Had it not been for these two brave young men, I don't know if my family would have had the courage to make it out of our home, and I really don't know if we'd be here. They helped to lead us through the water, their quiet strength and bravery, keeping us calm, letting us know that we were okay, that we would be okay.
Not far away, Heather Donlin needed a hero for her dad, Jack.
As the water rose, he moved from his couch to sitting on top of his desk, to finally sitting on his kitchen counters where he placed a chair as a last resort.
That's when Heather posted on Facebook pleading for someone to help.
With Whitney Murphy and her boys being some of the people to have seen it. She, Colin, and Luke tried early on in the afternoon to reach him, but the waters were too high to walk in. The winds were far too strong, so they waited. They waited on somebody they didn't know. And they waited for the water to go down so that they could try and rescue him again.
And they did.
Their courage, perseverance, and determination to help saved my father's life that day. Quality of character is what is revealed when no one is looking. They could have easily glossed over my plea and Facebook post and assumed somebody else would come to his rescue. But instead, they chose to act and they chose to help. There are truly no words for how deeply grateful I am for what you did for our family. You have given my family the gift of time with somebody that we love, and I will always be eternally grateful. Thank you.
The people that are up here in the front of this room are just a fraction of the dozens of people that you all saved during Hurricane Ian. And I don't know any other words this holiday season, this Thanksgiving season, to say other than thank you. 2 months ago, this would have been a room full of strangers. Now, they break bread like old friends. Nearly everyone here lost their homes, and yet they still smile. All here lost the lives they knew, and yet they still laugh. And this Thanksgiving, they will still celebrate. Despite all we lost, they celebrate because of the heroes we gained. One of the reasons why we wanted to do that luncheon was because there were so many stories of heroism after Hurricane Ian, and so many of our viewers didn't get to see them. We wanted to do something that not only told their stories once again, but gave us a chance to honor and celebrate what they did for their neighbors.
Yeah, tremendous. And you could see the people when everyone walked in. They were just so grateful to see them again. And you told the story so beautifully, and thank you for sharing their stories. And that story is being told across our community.
We're going to need to do that to process this trauma. This was 10 out of 10 trauma for so many people in our community. So,
one of the rescuees told me after they got up and they spoke, she said, this sight, seeing all those people in that room together, gives her faith in people. Yep. And I think we have to keep that in mind.
Yes, stories like that. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate you, Sean.
It's my privilege.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely such an